People often ask me why I became a sex therapist, and I actually feel like it was destined that I became a sex therapist. It came really naturally to me. I'm very lucky in terms of who my parents are, and my mother was a social worker. Unfortunately, she's dead now, and she was very progressive. So I was a kid who was brought up on books about how babies are made. And I have a memory of my mother reading me this book about eggs and sperm, and about the man planting the sperm so that it could reach the egg. And I said to my mom, "Oh, Mom, could I watch Daddy plant the sperm?" And my mother said, "No, no, honey, you can't." And I said, "Why not?" And she said, "Well, because that's a private thing, and when you grow up and you get married, your children will not be able to watch your husband plant the sperm in you either." So it was always okay to talk about sex in my family. So that was one thing that made it really easy to be a sex therapist. The other thing is that my parents were really physically warm, and so intuitively I'm someone who has always associated touch and love and safety and sex. Not that there was sex in my family, because everyone was appropriate in my family, but you could get a lot of physical contact in a very nice way that made it feel really warm in your body to be sexual. So the upshot is that I'm someone who's always had a happy relationship with my own sexuality, and someone who's always thought that sex is wonderful, and it's easier to help other people with their sexuality if you genuinely feel that way. I would say the third thing I got from my family that's helped me be a sex therapist in a lot of ways is that we have a very good sense of humor in my family, and people come in to see a sex therapist with about as much joy as they do to see an oral surgeon. So I would say it helps a lot to be able to have a good sense of humor in the very beginning. So that's why I'm extremely happy to be doing sex therapy with people. It's a lot of challenge, and it's interesting, and it's fun, and it draws on very, very deep and important parts of me. So that's it. That's who I am as a sex therapist, or at least part of who I am.